What's up, Wolverines? I'm Andrew Hernandez.
And I'm Javier Fernandez.
And welcome to another edition of WBLN. Last night, the bowling team won districts and look to keep the ball rolling to regionals later this week. Carlos Seguera talked to the bowling team to find out what their secret to success has been this season.
Belen Bowling is back, and today we hear from two players from their star-studded roster, Mikey Peña and Enrique Grosso. We hear about their experiences in bowling and their aspirations for this year.
Enrique Grosso, who is the Belen bowling team's star, tells us about why he started bowling in the first place.
I started bowling this summer since I was bored a lot of the days, and with my friends we went to a bird bowl, and over time I improved a lot, so that made me want to try out for the Belen bowling team, and now having started on the team.
He tells us about the team's preparation and about some of their games from this season.
Right now the Belen team is 7-0 win streak with our hardest game being against Gulliver, and we're now preparing for district championships in 2 weeks.
Also touches upon the bowling team's coaching staff this year, who had been JMAR in years previous, but is now going under new management.
Our head coach now is Danny Delgado, a former Belen bowler who graduated in 2013. And we also have our assistant coach, Mr. Cantons, who just started this year in campus ministry helping us out.
Peña, nephew of Belen teacher, Mr. Peña, is on his second year on the bowling team and tells us a little bit about his style and technique when bowling.
What I do is I just throw the ball fast and I put a little bit of spin on it.
Touches upon keeping his game sharp.
The most important part about doing well in games is consistency and practicing very often.
He mentions last year's team's failures and where he thinks this year's team will pick up the slack.
Last year we made it to states, however we got dead last, but this year I think we're going to do much better because our team is averaging way higher.
Lastly, Mikey gives us an insight on how he's a leader, being one of the few second-year players on this team.
This is my second year on the bowling team, and as a leader, I try to help rally up my teammates and get them excited for the games.
I've been Carlos Seguera. Thank you for watching, and best of luck to the bowling team this year.
Just a reminder for all Wolverines that tomorrow, October 25th, is a late start day. Classes will start at 9:30 instead of the usual 8 o'clock.
And then there were 8. Republican Representative Dan Muser dropped out of the race for House Speaker this Monday, leaving 8 others still in the running. The House GOP is set to vote for a new Speaker nominee today, and it comes as the threat of another government shutdown looms in the near future. Today marks 3 weeks since the U.S. has had a Speaker of the House, following the historic ouster of Representative Kevin McCarthy. Top House Republicans are pushing to elect a new Speaker tonight, according to the GOP sources involved with the discussions. No legislation, like policy bills and government funding bills, can pass without a House Speaker, and if something isn't resolved by November 17th, the U.S. government could face a financial shutdown. The 118th Congress is the only Congress to remove a Speaker, and need multiple ballots more than once, and some Republicans say there have been House chaos.
Let's get caught up with what's happening in the continued crisis in Israel. Hamas released 2 more hostages Monday. This time they are Israeli citizens. The militant group released Nurit Cooper and Yoshefed Lifshitz to the Red Cross at Gaza's border with Egypt. From there, they will be transferred to the IDF. That's the same process that took place Friday when Hamas released 2 Americans. The group said that release was for humanitarian reasons. It has not offered an explanation for why the newest released hostages were chosen. We're now hearing from one of the hostages freed Monday by Hamas. Yoshefed Lifshitz says she went through hell when she was kidnapped by the Palestinian militant group on October 7th. The 85-year-old grandmother was abducted by gunmen on motorbikes after they broke into her home in the kibbutz near Oz. Lifshitz says she was held in tunnels, but she was given medical care and was not harmed. The Tel Aviv hospital, where she's been recovering, says she is in okay medical condition. But Lifshitz has accused the Israeli military and intelligence services of not taking threats from Hamas seriously. She said Hamas burned fields and sent fire balloons as warnings weeks before the raids. Last night, Israel continued its bombardment of the Gaza Strip as tensions continue.
Be kind to your mind. Live drug-free. 105,000 people died in 2022 from drug abuse. That's 187 people that die each and every day. Don't be one of them. There's a wide variety of reasons why, such as environment, family issues, or depression. Set boundaries on what you will and will not do. They alter how you think, act, and behave. Don't let this happen to you. Take control today.
What's up, Wolverines? I'm Bo Humphrey, and here are your sports for today. The Belen cross-country team continues to win across all sections of the state. This past Saturday, they traveled to Stuart to compete at the Bulldogs Invitational at South Fork High School. The team scored 20 points to finish with the first-place overall win. The Wolverines were led by their brother duo of Joseph and Justin Ruiz as they finished first and second in their respective races. On to the big leagues. The Rangers are back in the World Series for the first time since 2011 as they will face the winner out of the Diamondbacks and the Philadelphia Phillies. On Monday Night Football, the San Francisco 49ers took on the Minnesota Vikings in a shocking 22-19 upset win by the Vikings as the 49ers were favored. That's all for sports for today. Now back at the guys at the desk.
That's all of your news for today. Remember to follow us on all social medias and stay safe.
And stay golden, Wolverines.